Welcome to the Neen Valley Role-Playing Association, a group of friends who like to play RPGs, role-playing games, and try and have fun. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.
We now have a merch store for our USA listeners. It can be found at www.bonfire.com/store. We will put a full link into the description below. Thank you for your support.
Hey everybody, welcome to East Texas University, where our our foreign students have been forging their destinies, their reputations, and are becoming something of a local sensation. You'll get to meet all of them and follow their adventures. Hopefully you're on YouTube and you're really enjoying all of the things we're doing. You'll see that we also are podcasting, though we are still highly wed to our video format and are learning to describe things better for those that do not have the optional video. So please feel free to leave comments when you see that we're leaving you out, podcasters, and we will make sure that we do a better job. Okay, with that, I'd like to introduce Martin, who is playing Richie. Richie, you want to tell us a little bit about Richie?
Richie tried to see how much food he could eat and then go rodeoing.
And you had to bring that up. Anyway, it was a Shetland pony. Anyway,
thankfully he didn't bring anything up afterwards, which was for the benefit of everybody.
For those of you that did not see the county fair episode, your GM, who is not necessarily a rodeo aficionado, decided to state that he would do the sheep riding thing, which is for 4 and 5-year-olds, not for young teenagers. So we have
pounds and under.
We have amended the fiction to say that it was riding Shetland ponies or something similar, which, by the way, I don't think is ever done. But it sounded really cool at the time, and he didn't throw up, so the fiction stands.
Mm-hmm. They're hell sheep. They were hell sheep.
Yeah.
This is East Texas.
Yeah. But he's curious, and what's the other thing? He's curious and lost my page. Curious and how's it gone?
What's your major while you're looking?
Oh, music. Yes, music. Oh, he's curious and impulsive. So interesting combination. Yeah. But yes, he's music on the guitar
and
side of things.
Had a little bit of interesting stuff with that lately.
Yes, the roomies have got together and we formed a band. So
it's been out on tour. You may not know it, but you've been out on tour.
Apparently so.
They've done some good stuff. The Richie and the Roomies have rocked a couple of places now. They've rocked a fraternity party. They've played at the Pizza Barn. All sorts of great things. And I think that'll take us to your girlfriend, Sarah, who happens to be the roommate of Grace. We've had a bit of a redemption arc for Sarah, as she has started to prove herself more of a friend and less of a frenemy. Though I think she still has a cruel streak where it comes to practical joke videos that she loves to take. She just has been doing them much less towards our protagonist. Christine is playing Grace. Grace, tell us about Grace.
Now, what would you like to know about Grace? Well, now, Grace is obviously a Brit over here. She is she's studying. What is she studying? She's studying something.
said physiotherapy, I think is the last.
Physiotherapy, that's it. Physiotherapy, that's the one. That's where I'm sitting there thinking, it's not psych. Why am I saying psych? No, she's not that. But she's very keen and into sports. So she's going down that sort of line of being sports physiotherapy type thing. But she is equally very keen on playing sports. So she plays in the soccer team here, or English football. And she also has been persuaded to play in the American football team as their kicker. Since their kicker was injured. So she's been doing that and having fun with that. Season came to an end just recently and she had to play in 4 inches of snow. I can't believe you don't call the games off, you keep going. But there you go, she was kind of shocked to realise that, 4 inches of snow was not a reason to call the game off and that they were going playing. She's experienced some fun with that and the team. And that has given her a little bit of notoriety around town.
Absolutely.
She's landed a few kicks, quite important kicks for the team that have taken them to the win.
Absolutely.
And she had fun last week fighting aliens. She wasn't expecting that one. That was a new one on her. Yep. That was definitely very interesting, and she is thinking to herself that maybe she needs to get a backup to her baseball bat of a stun gun as well.
They proved ridiculously effective. Those silly stun guns have been maybe tasers, whatever you want to call them. They have been very successful against rampaging minotaurs, against aliens. I mean, we haven't tried them out against some things, but man, they've been pretty good all the way around. Not a bad little system.
Yeah.
I would say that we did talk a little bit last time about your parents and about your dad and his writing and his writing slump that he was in, and he seemed to be finding some inspiration from some of the things you were telling him. Yeah,
he's quite keen now to come and visit the campus and basically learn a fair bit about history. He seems to have mislaid the book that he had on the campus itself, because he was pretty certain he had one. Unfortunately, he doesn't realise that Grace has snaffled it and she's actually got it on her bookshelf. His job is that he's a researcher for occult writers, and he basically does a lot of the legwork for quite famous writers, and he's got a job over here in America doing that. But he obviously writes himself as well. He's not very well known necessarily. He's not had great success with his books, but he's quite a keen writer himself, and he writes on the occult as well. And he was in a bit of a slump. Yeah, he basically couldn't think of a good sort of catch, good storyline. So I was sort of mentioning to him about minotaurs in corn mazes, because I just thought that might be a fun one, and he really liked that idea. And then I told him about the county fair that we'd been to and all the fun things that were going on there, and he was thinking to himself, this sounds like this campus is quite interesting. I was telling him about the Needler as well, that Jackson Green was talking about with Richie. So I was telling him about the Needler and how there's loads of mysteries and unique stories that are based around this campus, and he was thinking he might come down for a weekend maybe and spend a bit of time down here. But
Brilliant. Thank you so much for bringing her to life for all of us. And Grace is larger than life. She's you would almost think of her as waifish, maybe, if you're just looking at her walking along, until you saw the definition of this young lady. She's pretty much just one piece of muscle. Let's move across to the person who soaks up the most damage. Fish. So Rob is playing Fish. Tell us about Fish. What's your major? What do you want to do with your life?
Dad jokes. Would you call a minotaur without any legs?
Oh, please
ground
tell us.
Beef.
Oh no! Why did I step into that? Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Well done. That's
more bovine jokes later. So Fish is major. He's doing computer science and mechanical engineering.
That's right. And your end goal is to do something with medicine and robotics, is that right?
No, it's to basically make one-of-a-kind organ replacements using miniaturized kind of equipment that can be hooked up. Yeah, well, so like if somebody needs a replacement heart at the moment, there's a long waiting list for replacement hearts, and there's just not that many people in the donor list. Then, you know, so if I could create the what's needed and have a metal heart that acts as a pump, then that would be absolutely fantastic. And that's what I'm aiming to do with liver, kidneys, spleen, heart, lungs, the whole caboodle. Not necessarily to replace, but to surround what's already there, and to help support the natural organ. So everything's got to be miniaturized.
So I'm just hearing miniaturized, which I would be bullish on. But anyway, let me ask you, what exactly drives you to this particular career field? Is there anything in your background that makes this something that's of interest to you?
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, as a boy, I would often go out with mum and dad, and we got into a very bad car accident. I was sole survivor, had head trauma, which is why grandma and grandpapa now look after me. Well, they basically brought me up from the age of like 5. It's not all bad. The trauma left me with some unique things, like being able to read a book and consume it faster than anything, you know. Hence why I've done the medicine part of the doctorate before I should be able to. So yeah.
For those of you watching,
Pa left a bit of a legacy, but
yes.
You know.
So for those of you watching, really quickly, Fish is slightly older than the rest of the freshmen, though he is considered a freshman here, coming across the pond with his already having earned a bit of a degree, and he's one of the only ones that can legally drink here. However, we have seen that he's fast on the reading, fast on the brain, and is one of our really smart folks when it comes to engineering, hacking, and things like that. If you don't mind, Rob, I'm going to jump across, and let's talk to Pete about Andy.
So Andy, majoring in psychology, but he really wants to become a researcher into the paranormal. So he's sort of, psychology is about as close as he can get to start with. And he's one of those people running around with the taser. He's a bit taser happy.
Yes, he is.
He's going down, so he's getting a bit pleased with himself. It's all going to go pear-shaped at some point, but until then, he's having a good time.
It's wonderful. And is there any reason that you missed several sessions of running around with your friends? Is there another person in your life, Andy?
Yes. So Evelyn Francis is my study buddy in psychology, and we've become a bit of an item.
Yes.
And, recently, I just helped rescue her from a spaceship. Although how I managed to carry her out of the spaceship is a good question, because Andy is physically not very strong.
think
have
it
you
had
not
something.
heard? There is actually a known physical thing where mums witness their kids being knocked over and have physically lifted vehicles that they shouldn't be able to do, and it's adrenaline. It's basically the adrenaline just takes over, and their loved one is in danger, and they perform feats of physical prowess that they shouldn't be able to do.
I think it was that rod thing that Andy got.
I'm assuming Andy's not very large, and I am assuming Evelyn is probably not too large as well. So,
however, those grandmothers that lift up vehicles tend to tear all their tendons out and stuff like that in their attempt. I don't think you've injured yourself, but I do think that it was a partial drag, partial haul, partial whatever. It was enough. With that, and we've talked a little bit amongst ourselves, and I didn't give Andy quite as much love during this description time, but I would like to go ahead and call class in session, and let's start moving to we're 100% in character unless you make the secret sign, and then we'll let you talk as a player. Yeah, it doesn't really matter exactly. Make the Cthulhu sign.
Hang on a second. How can a cat with its paws nailed to the counter, thanks fish? How can a cat do that?
Well, then I guess you have to stay in character the whole time. There we go.
Sucks to be a cat with nailed paws.
Or you can just say, I'm talking as my player, or this is player, just like we always do. Yes, there is no penalty to being a player and being a character. We all understand.
I think this week, every time we don't do the secret sign, to ask a question out of character, we lose a Benny.
That would be pretty brutal. I can guarantee.
In about minutes, none of us would have any bennies left.
That's pretty brutal.
Within about half an hour, it would be an entire team without bennies,
including
and of
the
course,
GM.
This team lives on bennies and bacon. So the two B's,
bennies,
B&B,
and yes,
and Cheetos. There's one of us lives on Cheetos.
Oh, so we're now the BBC. Excellent.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Nice. Very good. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the aftermath of what happened. So I'm going to start with Richie because he was not there for last session. So Richie, you were in Dallas. You rode your motorbike there.
Yeah.
Because you had a chance to play at a small club just down the street from the Hard Rock, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like a performance roll.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. So,
yeah,
with Rob helping correct some of our factual errors in fiction, So Feth, we'll start calling.
Fifth.
The Richie was in Vegas last session and not able to play, but there was a reason he was in Vegas. Tell us what the reason was, Reggie.
He's playing a small club.
Oh,
off the strip down.
So I will throw this out there as we're talking to both Rob and Pete to Google from Dallas to Vegas and see how long this bike ride was.
Expensive because mine's a gas guzzler.
Yes, it is, but but thankfully, well, there are some brutal stretches.
I think. Hang on. If you've got any gear to take, if you've got a speaker or anything like that you need to take with you, then how are you going to take that on a bike? You got a trailer?
No, just guitar on the back and a pedal to the side and plug into the PA.
It is 1,220 miles and takes approximately 17 hours, 40 minutes.
I've got 58 minutes.
Sure, you've got it right.
Yeah. So...
Maybe a flight.
Yeah.
No. Flight is 2 hours and 45 minutes, isn't it? But you can get there on a direct flight.
So I will ask you: did you invest what little cash you had for a Vegas flight? And by the way, flights to Vegas from places like Dallas and other places in the States are cheaper than many other flights, just because. And I'm throwing that out there for you, Google guys. They want you to come. They want you to come and waste your money. I mean, not waste. Invest your money in joy. The joy of watching it go away.
I think he'd have taken the bike. You think he enjoys a good ride.
Hey, 17 hours is a bear, but you know what? Over a couple of days, you knocked it out. And it's at what I'm going to do, Richie, because I'm a bit of a jerk on this.
My riding roll
is no. I'm going to give you a -1 to your exams.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think you skipped a bunch of classes.
Yeah, probably.
And it is what it is. 17 hours, play a big gig, crash in a cheap hotel, and then I think it was probably attached to a one of those married by Elvis, and there's a couple little rooms off the side of it. Well, you would not want to use a black light in. Anyway,
is it one of those ones like the Bates family run?
But yeah, I think he's getting a bit of traction with the gig stuff, so he doesn't want to let the momentum slide. So yeah,
absolutely. So what I would like is that performance roll.
I've done it 5 and a 1.
He's done it.
Oh, 5 and a 1. Okay.
On the screen.
So that 5 is going to. A guy gives you his business card. He says, "Hey, you got an interesting sound. I don't know if it's because you're British or if it's the stuff you're playing. Drop me a line. There may be some other stuff available for you. Are you free over the holidays, or what's going on?"
Yeah, it probably can be. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. See what I've missed when I get back. See what's on fire.
Well, you take care of yourself, and do drop me a line. There's an email address there. Just do you have a CV? And I'm saying that for my British friends. Do you have a resume? That's what I would say if I was American.
I can send you some audio stuff over.
That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
My CV is my CD. It used to be back in the 90s and early thousands.
Do you have one with you?
No, not with me, because I say most of it's probably online or digital now. So
Fair
CDs
enough.
probably not so much, but yeah.
So this guy's name is George Hansen.
Okay.
Christine's writing this down, and he's with Capitol Records.
Mm-hmm. He will do some background just to do some due diligence to see if it all looks legit.
Oh, sorry. My diary has decided he's called George Hands-On rather than.
Wonderful. Richie's a handsome guy. I mean, it's going to happen.
George was George Hanson. Hands-on. He's hands-on, all the way.
Richie, if you want to get into the business, there's certain things you got to do. But anyway, yeah, I think that.
I feel another Me Too movement coming on.
Yeah. Yes. So, Richie, I think the drive back is interesting because I think the conversation and the handing of the card, and even though that was only like 3 to 5 minutes of little discussion, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself? I'd love to hear some of your stuff. Maybe even 2 to 3 minutes. Whatever it was, I think that probably plays in your head a lot on the way back. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that exactly what happens, but you tell me as you are.
It's a long drive. It's a long ride to think about stuff, isn't it? So.
It is. So you come across from Vegas into Colorado.
Yeah.
You pass through Grand Junction and the Guard of the Gods. You could go south immediately, but you've made a decision to drive through. No, I'm not going to say. Yeah, I am. I'm giving this to you. You're going to go across the mountains.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So you take I-70.
Impulsive. Yep.
I-70 across the mountains. You drop down into Denver. Turn south. And as you head south, you move down through Pueblo. You move Castle Rock and Pueblo, Colorado Springs, Pueblo. You move
Cheyenne,
down,
that sort of area.
Cheyenne's slightly north of that.
Slightly north, okay.
Just north of Denver, and then you drop down into New Mexico, and then cut across just before Albuquerque, and are moving towards Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to Texas, it's like you're starting the drive all over again because it's so freaking vast. And you drive through Amarillo and south through Lubbock, and then across. You pass Dallas, and then finally you see the lights ahead of you at Pine Box as you've made the trip. But you have a very interesting lead, and I may ask you at the end of this entire thing a little bit about that, because I think you may get a phone call. And the reason I'm doing this is I do know there is a limited Reggie window for all of his play. He'll drop in as he can, but I think Reggie may be getting an offer that is too beautiful to refuse that may pull him away from university. But you can tell me when that happens, how that happens, if that's something that you would like to keep as a sort of optional thing where he can come back as often as he wants because he's just doing local gigs or local recordings. You can help define that, but this is the arc to give you that opportunity, as I know your time is super limited.
Yeah.
So, but it gives you the chance to jump in anytime you want to, which is really cool.
I think the same applies for Richie as well, but I'm not going to preempt.
Should I say?
I'm not going to preempt the Dean's thoughts on this.
Thank you. No. Were you talking in character? I didn't see the sign. I did not see the sign.
No, take a Benny away. Take a Benny away.
Jeez, criminy. How do we do this with him? Okay. Let's move across to Pete. So Andy carried someone out of that grassy field across to, what's the name of the car?
Nessie.
To Nessie.
Nessie. I think Loch Ness Monster. Nessie.
I think you pulled it into the back seat. That means you're not driving. And so I think that means probably Grace is driving her own vehicle. That pushed...
Have we not got an ambulance coming?
Do you have an ambulance coming?
Well, now, if you remember rightly, I did sort of say, because we had to call things to an end very quickly, I added a tiny bit to our role play, which didn't actually happen in the session. I did, and I asked him to basically send the Men in Black to us.
Yes, you did. And I remember reading that and going, okay, if I am Detective Alvarez, I think he understands that as himself because he does not know of any others. So what I'll say is a car, we'll just pick up here for a minute
Yeah.
At last time. You see a unmarked sedan scream into the field area, onto the road next to you guys, and Alvarez jumps out. What's going on, kids?
So can he see the crop circle that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can. You're looking across it. You're not looking down on it.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Well, it's dark.
Yeah.
All that other stuff. But some crops have been knocked down out there. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we received a message from Evelyn, Andy's girlfriend. She's in the astronomy club at the campus. They were out here for some star watching, stargazing. She sent him a message saying help. That's all it said. When we got here, her phone was lying in the field and there was a spaceship. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're going to believe that there, but there was a spaceship in the middle of this field. A silver oval spaceship. We broke in. Fish scratched his name on the side and they let us in. But we got in there and we managed to get her out. But the rest of the astronomy club have been taken. I don't know how many there were. You'll need to ask Evelyn. Evelyn's in the back of my car over there with Andy. So you'll really need to talk to her. We did manage to get a very brief image on the phone of the ship taking off, but we've got nothing more. We don't know if it was pranksters who'd created this and it's a helicopter or something, but...
Definitely need to see that. Let's come around to the back here. Excuse me. So Evelyn, by the way, Andy, appears really stunned, sort of out of it.
Yeah.
She's asking questions about like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay, so they've obviously done something to her, put her on a drug or something.
Like,
I would guess.
What's going on? What? And Alvarez comes around the back of the car. Says, hello, young lady. Are you okay? Yes. Yes. I'm just here with my friends. Where are we, Andy?
What day of the week is it?
Today? Maybe? It's not quite Thanksgiving.
No, it is actually. It has. Looking at the diary, it is actually past Thanksgiving, I think.
Okay, Christine, are you in character?
We didn't. No.
Okay. But that's what she says is. I think Wednesday, maybe. I mean, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, Thursday, right?
No.
Not quite. No.
It's Friday the 15th of November.
What? Detective Alvarez looks at her. He goes, "Well, that's strange. Have you hit your head, young lady?" She says, "It does sort of hurt. I don't know. Andy, did something happen? Was there a car wreck or? It's Nessie. I'm in Nessie. What's? I don't get it.
Do you not remember you were out with the astronomy club, Evelyn?
In a couple of days, we're supposed to go out.
No, this is this evening. You came out with the astronomy club.
What?
And then you sent me a text. You sent me a text saying help.
Really?
Yeah.
She reaches for her pocket like she's reaching for her phone. It's like,
hang on, let me go get it.
Oh.
Andy's going to go and get her phone from the
I think you probably already picked that up.
I think you picked it up.
Yeah.
We went over it, so I probably would have done. Oh, here you go.
Also, just I'd never said that I cancelled the recording, so it's still recording. So everything that Andy saw whilst he was carrying it is all on the phone.
Andy, did you put that in your pocket?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So it's just black then. That's fine.
No, there's something massive. No, okay, never mind.
But we would have got the audio might still be there anyway of everything. So
could be. We'll see.
You never know. You never know.
What? Yeah, I mean, can't imagine why that would be gone. Okay. So she says, you got my phone? What? I mean, we did that little share our location thing. I do remember that. I don't remember giving you my phone.
No, but you texted me help, so I used the location finder.
She brings it up, and she sees she sent help.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
Well, being a modern young lady as she is, I'm sure there's a lot of social media posts that she's made and texts and things that she probably doesn't know sending.
Did she take any photos when she was being abducted? Did she take anything at all because obviously she was on it texting. Is there any, she also took some photos or video footage of what was going on?
So you've got a picture of a kit of a telescope that's in a box. You've got a picture of Dr. Wang Hong, and he's standing there with Max Minho and Zahir Taylor and Nicole Walsh. She's obviously taking the picture, and they are all like waving sort of towards it. It's dusk. You see that there's a field out ahead, and for those of you with a no, you know what? No, I'm not going to do the roll. I think that you notice that the pattern is not there in the field as far as the knockdown pieces. And you can see that there's a couple of pictures of picnic baskets and blankets and people smiling and waving. There's one or two that are maybe not disconcerting, but just enough that Evelyn seems to go, oh, and starts to move past them. With Max is like making her a sandwich and going, hey, and some stuff like that. She's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. And then after that, there is one that is completely faded out with all the pixels have been oversaturated. And I leave that there as a challenge for somebody that might be technically apt. But that's for later when they have time to process it properly, because they're not going to do it off their phone. Rob.
Why not? Andy's awesome at doing things like that.
Both of you guys are. And so you've got some ideas there. Now, you also have a piece of physical evidence that I don't know if you want to bring up.
Well, actually, we've got two.
Oh, what's the second
Andy grabbed at a ray gun as he was going out the ship, but he broke it, popped and broke in his hand, but he shoved part of it in his pocket.
So there's a
didn't
part
get it all,
one and there's a
there's
full
there's a part of a broken one.
Yep.
And there's a full one.
Okay.
So he could offer up the broken one.
So she did that, wiggling her fingers under her chin to let us know that she is giving you advice when you really shouldn't be getting advice as you're thinking these things through, Andy. Detective Alvarez says,
my little voice.
This is highly irregular. I don't know if you've hit your head, young lady. these pictures are suggestive of other people here. I see there's 2 vehicles. Who do those belong to? She doesn't know. Says that's interesting. He writes down the license plates. Says I advise you maybe to take the young lady to the hospital to get a quick look and see if she's not sustained some sort of concussion. I get your story, guys, and guys have not let me down on a lot of weird things I'd rather not talk about. Listen, I mean, God, this is strange. This, jeez, criminy. How do I deal with this? He does not have a partner with him. It's just him, by the way. I think when you asked for the Men in Black, he came by himself on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which may be something for you guys to tuck away for later. He goes, I'll look into the missing people.
This is a sensitive subject, so I didn't want to make it something that general police would be coming to. I wanted it to be somebody such as yourself, Detective Alvarez, somebody who knows how to treat these subjects carefully, because I don't want our party labelled as freaks for this. And it's so we're gonna be careful with what we say, because we don't want people taking the mick of us.
Within the police force, you guys are definitely freaks. There's some discussion about some of the things you may have seen or done, but listen.
The thing I will say is that we do know is that there were people on board that ship, and I think one of them was the astronomy doctor. I'm sure I saw his face in one of the rooms when whatever they were, aliens, whatever, people dressed up as aliens, I don't know, but whenever one of them locked himself in a room.
If you look in their OneNote, you'll know their names. And he says, really? So there's some missing people.
There's definitely some missing really people. Important.
Okay, so we've got this Dr. Wang. Okay, I get it, and you guys give the name, because I'm not going to make you dig through the OneNote that
Doctor,
fast.
I don't know how you say his name. Zhuang. Is it Zhuang? Zhuang? Mm-hmm. Dr. Zhuang Hong.
Okay. He writes it down. He goes,
I think.
How do you spell that?
Oh, Hong. H-O-N.
I'm being an ass. I'm being an ass. Okay. So he takes down the words, and he goes, anybody else?
I think Nicola was in your club, wasn't she, Evelyn? Nicola? What's her last name? Nicole? Is it Nicole Walsh? I'm sure she's in your club as well. And there's that young guy, Max. I think he was on your pictures. Max.
Oh, yeah. Max is in the club. Yeah.
Zahira. I'm sure I saw her in your photograph. Zahira Taylor, she was there. But I've not seen her anywhere around. I don't think there's anybody in the fields.
That's a boy. Zahira's a boy. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, it's nice guy. Nicola.
Sort of tall. Yeah. Zahira. Yeah. Okay.
I think he was here.
I don't remember. I don't know why I'm here. I don't. She's not getting agitated. She's just. You can tell, Andy, that she's just absolutely confused, and it's driving her nuts.
Andy's going to reassure us. It's okay. We're going to take you to the hospital, and we'll, they can look you over and see,
Thank you.
See why you can't remember.
Thank you, Andy. You're always, know exactly what to say. So I'm going to cut from this.
Of sorts. I'll look her over if you want.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I think Andy would choose any hack. Okay, so let us cut to the chase so that we can keep the progression of the story moving forward. I think as you guys part from Detective Alvarez, he's taken extensive notes. He's gone out. He's looked at the crop circle. I think he may have asked you about taking the drone up for a quick couple of pictures, so he's got an overhead. I think you guys probably have the skill to do that because it's no harder than using an Xbox controller. And I think that as you guys head back to campus with Evelyn sort of dropping in and out of consciousness, or unless you want to go straight to the hospital. She seems, I would say to Grace, she seems a lot like a player who's sustained a hard concussion.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
I called it. I knew that's what it was.
So, do you guys hospital or straight to campus?
I think hospital.
And he's going to go to the
Fair enough.
hospital.
So you guys pull into the emergency area. They take her in. 20 minutes later, they've done a quick CT scan, and they've done a. They've said nothing shows as far as swelling. We can do an MRI, but I'm sorry, we are a smaller hospital. That'll be tomorrow. And
CT
we
scan
can
will
keep
be
her
fine.
overnight. Thank you. What's your name again, sir?
Charles Purge, Dr. Purge.
Oh, that's great. Give me a persuasion.
Actually,
roll.
I'm blowing myself out of all proportions. I'm just a medicine doctor.
Well, no, we'll take your word on that. That makes sense. But
if
definitely,
you can get her spine at the top and also at the bottom, just in case if she did actually fall or suffered a concussion somewhere, maybe it might have had problems with the nervous system running down through the spine. You might also want to test that as well.
What's this? They turn over her, as they're sort of leaning her over, her back has some welts that have developed into blisters.
Straight away, I want to say, right.
Okay,
So, straight away, I wanted to jump in with possibly leech bites because cornfield maybe, could be plausible. Do they look like bites of some sort?
No.
No.
No, give me a. Do you have a medicine roll?
I can give you a medicine roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have got the MSIP for it, so yeah.
Let's see what you see.
Sorry, I'm actually an MBBCHIR. So,
and by the way,
yeah.
Richie, I apologize that we haven't gotten there yet. Oh, look at that.
I thought you were a BITCH.
Well, there's that.
That's only at the weekends, darling.
I hate to tell you this. It looks like radiation burns.
Okay.
That's not good.
I have no idea.
Andy's going
Do you
to
know
take us
roughly
over.
how recent they are?
I no idea. I mean, they're full of fluid. It's got to be recent.
Andy, do you know if
3 to 4 days.
Evelyn was working on something that maybe some...
This is the problem. We just don't know what happened. She can't remember.
I haven't done anything with radiation. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you say radiation?
Nope.
Okay, so she goes.
Only you said that.
So no, I don't know how that happened. What are you talking about?
Andy's going to take a surreptitious photo of the patterns.
Very good.
Evelyn, may I ask? Did you lie down whilst you were having a picnic? Yeah, Evelyn.
Picnic?
Yeah, there was picnic. You on your phone, Doctor.
I don't remember
saw
that.
the picnic blankets and. Oh no, you wouldn't have done.
Dr. Alvarez?
No, sorry, Mr. Alvarez.
Detective? Oh yeah, got it. Oh. Yeah,
No.
you suck as a player. Oh, no, yeah.
I mean, it could be maybe an asteroid. Maybe an asteroid came down, which is why the professor, the doctor, chose that location. Maybe they couldn't find it. Maybe Evelyn led down whilst they were having a picnic. Anything could happen. I honestly don't know.
Sorry, I just was slightly interrupted. So I just don't. Well, I don't understand, Andy. I don't. I think I remember talking to you in the student union. Something about, I wanted you to come, maybe spend Thanksgiving with us, but then the next day I had to come back.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that happened. Definitely happened, but that was a little while ago.
Wow. I just don't remember.
I think the thing is, you stay here tonight, because we need to get you checked out.
Fair enough.
So don't worry about it too much while we work out what the problem is. Okay.
Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it. Can you let my parents know?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Grace, notice roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you suck.
Oh, go on, go spend a penny on that. Go on.
Fair enough.
Why not? I mean, what am I going to need pennies for today apart from exams?
Exactly. Come on. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, there you go. So you see when she's asked him to get in touch with her parents to let him know that she's okay. There's a little bit of a side smile. as she's carefully moved the situation to where Andy is reporting on her well-being to her parents.
Do I have her parents' contact details?
Well, she provides that.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Andy's gonna head out and phone them.
Very good.
Andy.
I think.
Andy.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Andy. As
Fish.
Andy heads out, Fish joins him and he goes, we didn't see anything before. Maybe the ladies might want to actually check to see if there's any other bruising or anything else on Evelyn. And also maybe get the hospital to do a full blood test.
Yeah.
Just in case she was actually slipped something.
I'm sure they're on that, but we can mention it to them.
Yeah.
I would say that.
And then I go and sit down.
Fish. I think you are thinking that they are focused on her possibly having a concussion and have not considered some of the other possibilities. Okay?
And we'll go and speak with the doctors, and he'll explain her memory loss, and he'll say, I mean, I'm no expert, but And aren't sort of date rape drugs? Can they can do that?
Oh, yes. I mean, that's not something we see around here very often, but no, we're going to run a quick test. That's a really good idea.
If you could take some blood for testing, it might be
a
worth
little
checking
Rufalin. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Been drugged at all? Yeah.
So they do, and so they make the note to carry out that. Very good. Okay. So let us move across to what we've all absolutely looked forward to, which is, oh crap, I've moved away from it. It is time for exams this next week.
Goody, and we're so prepared.
You guys are freaking awesomely prepared. Come on. Here we go. I'm trying to get my... there we go. So, let us start with Martin, who is playing Richie, of course, who has a -1 on his roll.
Yeah.
And his roll, which role, I think, is performance that we're going to be doing.
Probably. He's focusing more on that side of it than the academics, but he has, performances. Mm-hmm. He's in more the performance than the theory side.
Hang on. Out of game. Wiggle. Okay. Hang on. If his is based on performance,
wait a second. Are you talking as a character?
Yeah. No. If his course is based on performance, then his teachers would be actively pushing him to go out and perform in places for the experience, record it basically and bring it back. So actually it would be working as a +1 for him, not a -1.
Well, no.
No. Yeah. No. Yes. That's what his course is all about.
I love you so much, Christine.
However, is the -1 more to do with the fact that he took a motorbike across for 2 days when he was a bit tired?
It's missing courses. So, I mean, you are taking music theory. You are taking history of this type of that. You're taking multiple things that this applies to.
Technology as well.
It's less that you have excelled in the operational portion of this, which, by the way, college is great at the academic portion, but like Votech or something like that might be a little bit better for. But I think you still are stuck with that -1, young man.
You know, you have to remember though, of course, when we went to college, yes, it wasn't very great at that. But when my nieces and this went to college, they were off for weeks doing, digs, and that all went towards their coursework. Going off as a performer, going off and doing if you were an actor, going off and doing a stage play for a couple of weeks, that would actually go towards your point.
Funny enough, my end of year stuff, we had to do a performance at the end of year festival, and that's what we were graded on. And the technical people were graded on the mixing and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I think -1. If I take academics for the role, that could be the -1. I think.
No.
For the theory.
I still okay, yeah. I like that. Okay. Now I will say that you are a freshman, right? You are not a senior who is out doing recitals at Carnegie Hall.
No.
I think a lot of what you're needing to do is having to do with the absolute basics. Some of that just because you know. However, the problem is, and this is something I'll throw out there, is between teachers and coursework, etc. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is dangerous. It doesn't matter what you know. If you didn't get their spin before the exam, it might be harder. Okay? So this is why I'm going to stick to my guns and be a dick and say, I truly believe...
I tried.
And it was great. And I appreciate that, except for the freaking amount of time you spent. No, it's so good. No,
You were the one that did all the talking.
Absolutely, and no, I'm fair enough, and I think it's always worth throwing out a quick question to see if the dean has thought through the process properly and is not just making a snap decision. That's always a wise thing, and I encourage it from all of you. With that said, let's have that performance roll.
You want a performance or want academics?
I do want performance.
Okay.
Because I think that this is about what you've learned during this period, and there you go. Oh,
-4.
-1 is a 4. That's a success. Yeah. Wonderful. Richie passes his exams. I need you to roll 2d6 and tell me what you get.
6.
6. Administrative privilege. Someone in administration likes you for now, and you get the connection edge with a non-teacher at ETU. Dean's choice until your next advance.
I think I've got that one already.
Yeah, well, yes, but it only goes into this next exam.
Okay.
So I think that probably it is someone in the music department, and we can determine that if and when you have a chance to play. Okay, we have passed through that.
Apparently, I need to roll a 1d6 as well for my gas guzzling.
Oh yes,
vehicle.
you do. And,
oh no!
Oh, how much was it?
6. 6 times $10 in extra fuel for each advance.
Oh,
so that's an extra $60 of fuel.
Oh. Well, that makes a lot of sense, right? You just drove 17, 18 hours across.
I did.
So, fair enough. When we come back, you may be cash poor amongst the students. Yeah. So be it. With the goodness that came out of it.
Hey, you're going out with a girlfriend now who's basically, raking it in on all these videos she keeps making of you.
Yeah.
So she's doing very well with all the people clicking on her feeds.
So
giving her extra cash. So she's pretty rich. She can look after you.
I have not talked to you yet about the dynamic of becoming successful, possibly when the roomies are not. But we'll think about that as we move forward.
I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I did.
Ooh.
But do think about that social complication.
Yes, that does happen, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Okay, Christine.
Nah.
Grace, it is time for your exam.
No, boy.
I think athletics is the skill we're going to use.
It's not.
Why?
It's science, I believe, because it's
it's your choice. It's your choice completely.
Well, it's not my choice. It's actually written in the rule book as to the physiotherapy comes under the sciences, biology. So it's sciences.
So, not to be a stickler for the rules, because that would be ridiculous, as this is all fun and building a game together. But if we're going to be a stickler for the rules, I think you need to roll science.
Sadly, I mean, I'd like to roll athletics because I got a bed dice on it, but I have to be honest and open.
Yeah,
it is actually because I chose it from the book. Science and biology and
absolutely. And you move forward through your career in college, understand tests get harder, so you need to focus some points.
I need to put some points into it. I do know that. Okay. Yeah.
Very good.
But yes. So my dice isn't great, but it hopefully will get me.
Let's see what happens as Grace sits down with her Scantron
and she's going to bend a penny. She's going to bend a penny because she needs to. I think that's worth it. That wasn't good enough.
Ooh, that's brutal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She rolled a 3 and a 2. There's the 5 and the 4.
Yes.
She needed. So, for those of you that don't know, Grace has a serious drawback in that she's got some amazing out of extracurricular activities in sports. However, her coaches have paid for her tutoring, which is something that can happen, which has offset that, allowing her, with the simple 5 that she has rolled, to pass her exams and move forward. And she may roll on the East Texas University pass exam chart, which is 2d6.
2d6.
And you have
We have a 9.
We have a 9. Windfall. You intrigued someone on campus who offers you a one-time only job. The dean creates the details, but the job will pay 2d6 times $25. Okay? So hold on to that, and I ask you to document that, because I do need to bring that up for you, and I have not planned that into the session. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Let us move to our double major. Uh-oh, double major. Uh-oh, they suffer -2 penalty to academics. What'd you get?
11 minus the 2. 11 minus the 2 will basically make it 9.
Jesus Christ. So he's just been skimming through the pages. Bump, 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 bump.
And then the computer science.
No. You only have to roll once, because for the double major, you got the 11.
Okay.
Because you had a penalty for having 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you rolled, and you got a freaking 11. So -2, 9. You're doing just fine, and I need to. Crap. So what'd
5.
you roll? There.
5 on the 2d6.
Okay, you have Okay, so someone in administration likes you for now. We understand that. So as we move through the game, if you need to go to someone in administration to find information, what dorm room is this student in? How much student loans does so-and-so have? Etc. You can find a way to weasel that with this. Write it down. Don't screw around, because this is and I'll ask Christine to help you with that. That will be something that happens. Guess what? Looking at Pete's face, he knows his exam is next.
I'm going to just... sorry, again, out of game. Last exams, Fish got to roll that 2d6 twice, because he does have 2 majors.
Yeah, he did. Or something similar.
Yeah.
So I think that
But doesn't he get another 2d6?
Fair enough.
Because doesn't he normally get 2 effects from it as a reward for the fact that he has to basically 2 sets of exams? Oh, it's another.
What'd you get?
Never mind.
What'd you get?
Hey, well.
I got another 5.
What'd you get? Okay, so instead, I'll double that up. So instead of making you do some extensive role-playing rolls to try and make things happen, it will be a much simpler process. However, I ask you to bring that up for me, because I'm not writing that down right now, because I'm in the middle of a house move. I don't even have any paper.
That's fine. So what's the 10 then?
10 is want to grab a drink, and then that's a.
So is that what I'm having, or is it 2 lots of administrative privileges? Well, I got 2 5s.
Oh.
No. He's saying that he rolled 2d6s and he got a 5, and then he rolled another 2d6s and he got a 5. He's adding those 2 results together to get a 10.
There you go, Rob. Screw you.
Stop cheating.
Okay, so
but that was a great idea. That was a great idea. Nah, not so much. Okay, fair enough. You've got the administrative privilege with a double. I think we need to move on to Pietro, who you all suggested should have a duel to the death. But instead, it's simply his exam.
Yeah.
What skill did we come upon for your psychology?
Christine spotted that psychology comes under liberal arts.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly.
Yeah. I don't understand that one.
So
You Americans are weird.
I must admit, if you're okay with it, I've rejigged to move the point I put into science into liberal arts.
No, perfect. That's
I
fine.
had it under science. That's what I rolled before. It's exactly the same roll.
Perfect.
Just a different name. So,
Okay.
Andy had...
Okay.
What? I'm
Andy?
on.
You did it. 4, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not it yet.
There's somebody else. Okay, I just moved across and somebody else has rolled up. Okay.
So Andy's got test taker, which gives 2.
Nice.
So here we go.
Oh, he's got it.
There he
6.
goes.
Okay, so let us find
2d6
out.
got a 9.
Oh,
Wind.
9.
Oh,
Nice.
Woohoo!
Sounds
You and
sort
me.
of like someone else you know.
who's me?
Wonderful. So we will need to come up with what those are, and hopefully relatively rapidly. I do want to spend 2 seconds talking about the game and the mechanics, because SWADE is slightly different from how East Texas University was written. I gave you 2 points for your midterms. If I were to give you 2 points for the finals, for experience and acceleration, it would already put you into your sophomore year, which, by the way, is a full semester away. Okay? So I should have given you 1 point per test. I did not. I gave you 2 points on the first one. So I don't know how you wish to proceed. I suggest that we just go ahead and this session, you'll get a single point going forward, understanding that the end of the semester in spring, as you finish, you'll get the second point. You don't have to spend them both at once. And that will get you to 4, which pushes you to your sophomore year. And then we move forward from there with 1 per test.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it does suck, because I really like the idea of 2 every time, but that would, by the time you were seniors, you guys would be freaking monsters. So I think that's the way we're going to play it, then, if you guys don't mind. So you guys each get 1 point, 1 raise that you may use as a raise, understanding that 2 for a edge, but 1 to go up a dice level. So you do not have to use it if you're waiting for an edge that you really like. Okay? But you each have gained that at this point. You will not use it until the end of this session, so we don't sit here and deliberate for an hour, as might possibly happen with certain characters that I know. So it is 8:24. We are going to do our mid-session break. Everyone take a quick session to rehydrate, dehydrate, do all the things that have to do with bladders, and then we will come back as we move into the second half of this session. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. I hope I haven't missed anything. If I've missed something that you think I should have covered, please let me know. Okay. Hey, we're back, everybody, from our short break. as our players are now moving into the second half of the session, where we have gone through a couple of social situations and dealt with what their lives are going through. All of them have passed their exams and are moving forward without too much issue. It's brilliant, and that the celebration will be coming. That is for absolutely sure.
Going out partying.
However, this party depends largely on a couple of people. One of them is Fish, who has volunteered to deal with the alcohol for the situation. And he has asked that he could bring along Grace as a help for the entire event, which his fraternity, the Tau Zetas, were ecstatic that would happen. I need some logistics. Here's the deal. This toga party will happen on a inlet of Lake Greystone. There is a lake house that the fraternity has leased for the night. There's a gravel road that goes towards it. There's a field sort of off to the side, and you can charge everyone who comes in and parks and comes to the big party, and turn away people who are not in their togas. However, your friends are your friends, and they can come in with no charge, and you know that. However, we would like to know what the logistics are. I think there's going to be a requirement for a band. Hint, 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 hint.
Oh. I think we might have an in on that.
So we might have a contact there.
Might have a contact there who can maybe sort something out for us. Yep. Maybe somebody who can do some fireworks and, some light sessions. So, some maybe get Tomo in on the act.
Not sure where Tomo is. Go ahead.
I think he's been keeping quiet and maybe spending a bit of time with them. He's been strangely, I think, keeping a bit of time with John. The two of them are going off and sorting some bits and pieces out.
He has tried to spend some time with John, but I think he's also spent a lot of time with the car repair family.
Zach Waller and his dad. Yep.
Yeah, I think if it depends how this plays out over the next couple of weeks and who gets to continue in the situation between Zach Waller and John Byers. A lot of that will depend on how much longer that John is able to be a part of the game as we move forward with his limited time and number of games that we have in a week. So, my initial suggestion is that I think he has found that his real love truly is dealing with cars. And he's trying to determine, do I really go forward with this whole university thing or not? And we'll figure that out next time we get a chance to talk to him. So, with that, he is not there tonight to do pyrotechnics because he and his friends from that group are putting in a transmission. And he's like, I can't come away from this. This is really important. They need the transmission. And to you as college students, that does not sound like a legitimate reason in any way, shape, or form. However, so be it. You've got a band, and that'll be interesting as Reggie is now back with the roomies, and I don't know if he's told them anything, but we'll get to that.
What about Richie?
I meant Richie. Reggie's a dick. So Richie's awesome. Reggie sucks.
Reggie can replace Richie if he has to leave.
Okay, so
No.
my understanding of when I was asked or tasked with organising the bash, the toga party, I asked Grace to help.
Yep.
So I've had some thoughts. So what's the timeline, and can we do a quick RP with reference to thoughts
Absolutely.
and all the rest of it beforehand, or do you just want us to jump straight to it and I'll describe?
No. You guys had a weekend in which you fought aliens. You have a week of finals. Your single roll represents a lot of finals, right?
Okay.
And then we've got the weekend following, which is in December, which will be when we are having the toga party, and beyond that is Christmas break.
Okay. So meet up at the normal meeting place, Grace? The library, or should we just go straight for the bacon joint?
Ooh, bacon. Always got
Okay,
to
we'll
bacon.
meet up at the bacon joint then.
Moms?
Yeah,
Very good.
I'll need a lift.
That's not a problem.
Okay.
It's easy enough.
So as we're travelling on over there, I'll ask Andy how's Evelyn doing by text, just to keep him in the frame. Oh, by the way, myself and Gracie are going to Mum's. Do you want to come and join us? We're talking about toga parties and things. Question mark.
What about Martin? Come on.
Hang on, I'm waiting for a reply
Richie.
from
Oh, okay.
from Andy first.
Fair enough. Sorry.
How's Evelyn doing? Oh, hang on. No, can you hear me?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. I wasn't sure if I'd unmuted.
No,
So-
we always pretend that when you come off.
No, how is Evelyn doing?
So, I assume you're asking me and not the players. Evelyn took her initial tests, and she had exposure to radiation to the level of like 25, 30 x-rays, and they can't figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
She does not appear to have a concussion, but she does appear to have memory loss, and without too much extra knowledge to go with it, they keep her for an extra day, but she's a healthy young lady.
Any drugs in her
from the
system?
radiation? No drugs. And her
Any probing
she-
signs?
no. And I think that once the Rufalin idea is produced, I think that a kit is probably brought forward. And no, she comes out clean on everything. Just she's got some radiation burns that just don't appear quite right for anything, and the memory loss. Otherwise, she's healthy as can be. Okay.
All right. So, what time of the day did you say it was?
I have not said so. However, I'm happy to go with a not morning. I'm going to say mid to late morning because you're students.
Okay.
Andy.
Hey, some of us sleep, some of us don't.
You get a text, Andy, from Glenn Mack saying, "Can you please come over to my office?" The rest of you are doing toga party setup.
Yeah.
So we'll let's move to them really quick, and I'll come back to you,
Okay.
Pietro.
Okay. And I said the same
and,
to Reggie, aka Richie. Not about asking about Evelyn, but we're. I've been tasked with organising a toga party. Do you want to come for bacon and listen to some ideas? Oh, Do you in the house, the roomies, want to play live?
Yeah,
Question
can
mark.
do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll meet you at Mum's in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'd like you to do is roll me a performance roll.
What, me?
If you succeed, so I'm going to give it a -2. If you succeed, you already have something
Oh no.
that will be something you'll have to figure out.
Now, this will be the first time that anybody spends a penny to re-roll a success. to try and get a
So
failure.
it's a performance -2.
-2.
Let's see if I've got anything I can adjust with anything on this. No, doesn't look like it. All right, let's go with this then.
Yes!
you are strangely open and able to take this event.
Yeah. But I know what and he's got a thought for an album if he does decide to go and take up this offer.
Yeah.
Richie has left the room.
I love it. So very good. And so, do you join them for bacon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bacon's always good.
Okay, you guys are at Mom's. You're sitting at the table. There's a big African American lady there, and she leans over, she is pointing out the different syrups to Fish for his pancake stack. And there's a raspberry, and there's a maple, and there's a butter pecan, and there's a strawberry, and there's a blueberry, and they're all in this little holder with little vials that you can just dump over. And she's giving
what's
you the
what's the lady's name?
This is Gertrude.
I go, Gertrude. Which ones do you like, or which one do you think is best?
This butter pecan is the best on here. I mean, if you like maple, that's traditional. But I like a butter pecan.
I'm going to go with what you suggest here.
I will suggest that you may have gotten the pigs in the blanket. Trying to figure out what it is. Yes, no?
Normally, I like my sausage to be separate from the pork.
What?
Hang on. Pigs in blankets, not sausages wrapped in bacon.
Oh, no. Pigs in blankets is pork sausages that are rolled in pancakes to make little rolls. And then you put the syrup over the top and yum, yum. And probably you have some eggs with them and hash browns and other stuff to just
yes, that sounds delightful. Can I have that and bacon? Lots of bacon. For some unknown reason, the last few months I've become a bacon fiend. I order it and it goes in seconds.
He has no idea where it's going to, but it's going somewhere.
Nope.
Damn,
it is.
Stuff keeps disappearing.
So
Okay.
absolutely, you will get your side order of bacon, and we I can't believe we're doing this again. Okay, and we'll move across to our others who are at the table. I think there's some coffees that have been poured. Typically here, what happens is they give you a ceramic mug. They bring out a big glass pitcher of black coffee, and they pour it in. And there's a small bowl that has a couple of different types of sugars, including non-sugar sweeteners. And there's some synthetic creams. And so that's what is in front of you.
Okay.
Can I get for you, young man? She says to you, Martin. I'm sorry. To Richie.
Oh, the hash browns.
Ooh, you want the smothered hash browns over
Oh,
the...
yeah.
Absolutely. So that's like an omelet but then there's the hash browns across the top. What do you want in your omelet, young man? Just cheese and veggies, cheese and sausage and cheese and sausage and bacon, cheese and bacon.
Cheese and sausage and bacon. Yeah, sounds good.
Wonderful.
If you've got anything with a kick, just to zhuzh it up, that would be good.
We'll bring you some salsa.
Bit of chili or something. That sounds good. Thank you.
Perfect. Young lady?
Oh, just
you look like you need a meal.
you might think that. Hey, I definitely need the energy for the tasks that I am needed to perform. That sounded bad.
Wonderful.
That sounded bad.
That sounded really dodgy, yeah. That sounded dodgy. It's like you look tired, underfed, you've been on the go all night, and then you come out with that. Oh my God.
Nice.
That definitely did not sound
Fish
good.
just sniggers at that.
So what I will say is feel free to Google the IHOP menu and put on whatever you freaking want. But as far as the breakfast, they say, well, what about French toast, young lady?
Yeah, a bit of French toast would be very nice, actually. That sounds good to me. I'd like to try that.
What should you have with it?
Bacon.
Bacon?
You gotta have bacon on top of it.
You want some eggs?
Do you want anything else with it? Yeah, bacon.
And so,
Bacon
without further food ado, we're going to say that you have a wonderful meal with your French toast and your waffles and your pancakes and your pigs in blankets and all the things that Mom's does so well for a reasonable price.
Excellent.
And with that, I would instead prefer to discuss, to focus upon your discussion. And I would like to lead off with Richie as you sit down with your friends.
He's trying to sample some of this coffee, and he's just, I don't know, I can't get into this.
Fair enough.
It's just, no, it's not for me, but.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but these hash browns, yeah, good.
It's not too bad, is it, really?
No.
I mean, the coffees I've had better, but,
What happened about Evelyn, though? I mean, radiation burns and nothing to sneeze at.
I know. Bit weird, really.
I assume that the group has gotten those WhatsApps or whatever it is. Carry on.
Yeah.
I do not know what you're sending, Christine, so I'll hang tight.
I tell you, I thought the spooky shit knocked me for six. I didn't believe in ghosts. I mean, my mum and dad never come to visit me, not once. Well, maybe they have, but I haven't seen them. So ghosts I don't think are real, but they are. Aliens, which I thought were real, well, they definitely are. Thank God we had Andy and his butt buster.
Yeah.
That put them on their asses, didn't it?
And then we had the guy who turned into a flipping bull monster.
I mean, what is this town coming to? Seriously.
I think the bull monster, though, I think that was something related to that demon that got out of the basketball.
Oh yeah, the crab thing. The pincer thing that nearly killed me.
Yeah, I think that was related to him. I think,
God damn it.
maybe that was some form of animal possession of some kind. I think it took advantage of Reggie's anger, channeled itself into him and possessed him.
He did seem rather angry.
Yeah, he was very angry. He's a very angry young man. He needs some help, and he's going to hopefully get it now where he is.
Nearly as angry as the guy at the frat house.
The guy at the frat house
Who killed the musician. The architect.
Oh yeah. Vance.
So not
Vance, yeah, that's him.
Vance, yeah.
Yeah.
So not only has this town got some weird goings on, but it's also got some very angry people in it. Only in America, huh? Only in America.
I think we did some good there, though. There was definitely a sense of gratitude after that.
Yeah, I think David definitely appreciated you sorting out his straightening out his death, making it not a suicide, so that his parents at least know that he wasn't, depressed in his last days. Actually,
I never thought for one moment us doing that would have actually brought closure to a ghost. I mean, he's already dead, so but
he can now pass on. He's been his parents have obviously been thinking of that they'd failed him, and his friends probably felt very much that way, and
the university failed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
here I am as GM, and I'm jumping in, and here's what I'm going to say: we are moving forward in time, and we will move in retrospect to your decisions. The gravel road that Nessie pulls down with you guys. Do you take your motorbike?
Where are we going?
There's a lake house down
yes,
Greystone.
Yes, for the toga party.
Yep.
I just slipped my mind that we were going to a toga party. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
No, I think I'll go with the group.
Okay.
I've spent enough money on fuel.
I have a quick question for all of you in Nessie, which is all of you. What are you wearing underneath your toga? Because traditionally, it's nothing.
I'm wearing the normal outfit with a toga on top.
The armor.
And shades.
I'm sorry, Pete, Pietro, Andy.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said body armor.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice. But what are you wearing underneath your toga? You know that tradition says get jiggy, and I said that online, and I don't think that's exactly a word that's normal anymore. I think the word is that I'm looking for is you're getting crazy. So
getting your freak on.
Are you gonna wear shorts underneath the toga? Or, come on.
I mean, Andy is. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, Andy's not a frat boy.
He is British. He's British. Absolutely.
He's gonna wear shorts.
He's not Scottish. He's not
Very
Scottish.
good.
He doesn't go around in his kilt.
No. Is Evelyn coming? Is Evelyn coming to this party? Did you ask her?
I'm not sure she's feeling well enough.
Yeah, probably. Good. Yeah, I mean, with the radiation burn, she's probably not up to it.
Okay, fair enough.
I will ask her, but.
So for Richie, I will say that you and the band will be there, so we understand that your girlfriend will be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you the same question. Big toga, big sheet wrapped around. You've got some
big toga,
sort of
little guitar.
Yeah,
I have posted some pictures of the togas that
nice.
Grace,
I know. I'm
Grace
so
sourced
sorry
for them.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. She set this place up really nicely for Fish. You know, he got her into this, and she's got white sort of net curtains up everywhere, and she's got ivy hanging around. She's got columns. She's got statues. She's got little Cupid statues that are peeing into fountains, and she's basically gone to town with this for him. She's pulled out all the stops. There's lighting in there. She's got fairy lights going all around the place.
Brilliant.
It looks the P. It looks the gnat's winkle. It looks a lot.
I think you have burned through the budget they've got for this and knocked it right out.
Net curtain does not cost a lot, and the fake ivy's pretty cheap as well. Bucket loads of that.
Absolutely.
Bags and bags of that online. You can get drape it all round. She spent a little bit on a few special little statues and things. She's made it really nice for them.
The gravel road that goes down to this lake house on Lake Greystone is one of those dual lane, grass in the middle, crunch, crunch, crunch through. But there's a small field off to the side. You wait, Rob. And it people are parking in there, and there's some of the, not pledges, but some of the younger guys are taking money from people that are coming through. I'll get there, Rob. Just 2 seconds. And past that is a large square house that the bottom floor is largely an open space with a little bit of a kitchen off to the side. And then the upper floor, which is only a small portion of the building because it's open over most of the big area, has like 2 or 3 bedrooms. The open area is where this massive open space is, which is turned into the dance floor, and where you are going to put Richie and the roomies. Okay?
Yep.
Out from the house, and I'm deliberately not putting a map on here, not because I'm in the middle of a house move and I couldn't do it, but because it is something I want to do. The house sits adjacent to the lake. If you were to place it on the edge of the lake, it's sort of an east-west thing. And then from the edge of the house, there's a pier or a dock that goes out into the lake. There's nothing on that dock, but it goes out about 30 yards into the lake as a long, skinny wooden path. Aside from that, around the house is all forest. And it's secluded, and that's part of the reason that the Tau Zetas chose it. Because the underage drinking that's going to go on here is going to be out of control. Okay. With that said, let's move across. We moved from Richie. Let's move across to... let's go to Grace. You talked about the lights and the fairy lights and all the other stuff.
Yep.
Absolutely. So is there anything else you'd like to add about that ambiance you've built inside this big square lake house?
So as I say, basically she's kind of, because it's inexpensive to get hold of, but she's just got loads of this white sort of gauze netting, sort of net curtain type thing. She's draped it all around all the walls, and around the top of that she's nailed in ivy which dangles down, so it's as if there's green ivy growing everywhere. She's got these polystyrene columns, so it really doesn't matter if they get knocked over there. They're not heavy, they're not something that will damage people, but they're basically decorated in between these sort of pillars and columns and things. There's this big statue, sort of Cupid type statue, which is peeing beer into a big bowl. It's just on rotation, basically, as a little theme gimmicky thing. There's obviously a bandstand, as you say, at the far end, which is all set up again with columns, and there's big urns as well out there. So big urns with plants, fake ivy again inside them. But again, it's all done very cheap. It's done as cheaply as she can get it. So it's done with things like polystyrene, a lot of it. So it's lightweight, can get knocked over. If it's thrown across the room by a drunk fight or whatever, it's not going to hurt any. And it's not going to cost anything, and it's not going to damage walls. So if it's knocked over or anything like that, it's
absolutely
going on. But it looks the part when you turn down all the lights and you're going on just the fairy lights.
yeah.
She's also nailed into the ivy that's draping down everywhere. So a little bit like Christmas time sort of fairy light type things.
Brilliant.
Nailed all around, so that when you turn all that down and you just got the fairy lights going off, you're not really noticing the details quite so much, but they're all there to give the effect. So it looks the part, but it keeps the cost down for the guys.
Brilliant.
Fish is supplied, beer on tap.
No, I absolutely love it, Christine, and the picture you have built is phenomenal, and I'll carry that forward as we're going through this scenario.
There are pictures in Discord as well, so just if you
are
try and
so
see
awesome.
the effect. It's in there,
and she will probably add that to our OneNote, which will be available to many people through different means. Okay, fish, alcohol. What the heck you're going to do? They do not want just freaking vodka.
No. Grace has had a chat with him.
Okay.
There's a local brewery has managed to source some casks from.
Absolutely.
So
he's got some.
We're going for some fizzy lager, because who doesn't like fizzy lager? We're also going to go for a berry cider. So it looks like red wine.
Absolutely.
Grace is on that one. She likes that one.
Okay. And he's also going to try and source some mead.
Ooh, okay. We'll stop there because I think you have. And then we're going to move across because we need to go back to Andy because he got called into an office. And I'm working time as hard as I can. Okay. Glenn Mack's there. And not only is Glenn Mack there, and I will really quickly... so as you walk into the office for Glenn Mack, Dr. Zhuang Hong is there sitting next to him, sort of chatting to him. And Glenn Mack stands up as you walk in. Ah! Andy!
Glenn Mack stands up.
No.
I was going to say.
It was a miracle! It was a miracle!
Wow. Okay, so deep breath for everyone. Let us reset the fiction to you can make fun of me all you want. So Glenn Mack waves you over and he says, "Hey, I've got a friend here who's got a question for you. He's missing some of his equipment." And the doctor, Zhuang Hong, stands up. You may have seen him in passing, but not normally. This is someone you know to have possibly been abducted by those aliens. And he's standing there looking at you with a small smile. And he says, there's some technical equipment from the astronomy club that is missing. We have a detector of light and matter that, and you can see that Glenn Mack's like going, what? That is missing. That is tubular in shape, and we require its return.
I'm not sure why. I mean, that's fine, but I'm not part of the astronomy club. Why are you asking me?
I had heard that maybe you and your friends have come across a device you do not understand.
Is he talking in that weird way?
Yeah,
Anyway, okay. Thank you.
And I would very much like to retrieve the missing device.
Well, I mean, when did you lose it?
Oh, we had a meeting not too long ago, and it was missing in a field, and your friends may have found it.
Well, we found my girlfriend Evelyn in a field, but the field was empty.
That is very good. You found your girlfriend, Evelyn. Where is the device?
I don't have a device.
That is very sad. I would hope there was a device available to provide a return for anything lost. Glenn Mack looks completely confused.
Well, I mean, Evelyn is obviously part of your astronomy club. I can ask her, see if she knows anything about it.
She is indeed missing from the club.
But the problem is that she hasn't got any memory of what happened that evening. So, do you know what happened to her?
That is incredibly bad. I only hope that she would assist in the returning of our device.
So what happened that evening? Because when we got there, she was the only one there. Where were the rest of you? Why did you leave her behind like that?
We did not know she was missing, but we wish that she was with us, because that would be much better.
But you left your vehicles behind. Where did you go and how did you get there?
Vehicles. Yes, we may have left our vehicles, but we were picked up by friends.
You were picked up by friends?
Yes.
And you left, and you what? You just left Evelyn lying there? I gotta say, that seems like very poor behaviour from a professor.
That does not make sense. That would be foolish. We would not have known where Evelyn was, and wish to know if she is still with you.
She was with you. She went out with the astronomy club that evening with you. You say you were picked up by friends, and yet she was left there, and now she's got radiation burns, and she has no memory of what happened to her. So I want to know what you did to her that left her in that state.
I do not understand the full questions. We have taken care of our friends, people, as best as possible. I am greatly sorry if any problems occurred with this Evelyn girl that we know is part of our club.
Well, now that you've turned up again, I'll be informing the police, because no doubt they want to ask you about the events of that night.
Police. You can see there's like a weird look that comes across the professor's face, like he's trying to figure out what the word means.
Yes, you know who the police are.
Oh, yes, of course I know who the police are, and I'm happy to comply.
Right. Well, I'm sure you can expect a call soon. But asking about your equipment when it seems that you were the ones who disappeared and left her took all of your equipment with you and left her behind seems to me extremely odd. You're behaving very strangely.
This is all very odd. We would just like to have our equipment back. Mr. Dr. Glenn Mack, you must make sure that your students return the equipment that has gone missing. And Glenn Mack's just like he's just completely confused, like cannot understand what's going on. He's like, yes, my students, my team, if they have anything of yours, we will make sure to return it as promptly as possible. And Dr. Huang goes, oh, that is very good. And he walks out of the room. And his walk is a little stilted. He's out of the room. It's just you and Glenn Mack. The rest of you shut your holes. Shut your pie holes. Shut your pie holes.
I am shutting my pie. You notice I've said nothing, and I so desperately want to go and chat.
Shut your pie holes. I have every one of you.
There's my cylindrical.
This is my tubular device.
Yes, equipment back.
Yes.
Yes, you're not having my tubular device. It's in my pants, sir.
Right. So, okay, winding.
Fair enough.
Winding the clock back a little bit further. We had this photo on Evelyn's phone, which you said we would not be able to deal with while we were there.
Yeah.
Probably in the time between then and now.
Absolutely.
Our resident Piskin
expert
should have had a go at that. Yeah,
it's 9:13, and I'm desperately pushing forward. So I think that the picture that it comes up from your look is of a circular object. Well, you would guess because you know the rough dimensions. Someone else might not know because they don't know the dimensions. Is maybe 2,000, 3,000 feet up. It's got little flashing lights that they're not flashing, of course, in a picture, but there's lights lined around the bottom. And it's going, I mean, you can't tell direction, but you know that was when it was going straight up.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember. So when we turned up, we did get our phones out and take video, didn't we?
Yes, you did.
So, and that video is still good?
Absolutely. And what it shows you is a cross section of metal, including a protrusion towards you that has some lights flashing underneath it. There's pushes of steam down through below it that make it almost look like someone just set up something. I mean, when you look at it, you're like, oh shoot, that really looks freaking fake.
Yeah.
Even though you know that is exactly what you saw.
Yeah. Well, you see that this is the problem. The problem is the aliens have been making these movies.
Damn them. Yeah.
To basically, yeah, exactly. To make it all so that
You trying to tell me that Steven Spielberg is an alien?
Well, do you think he isn't?
Very good. So
I don't know. I think he might have come out of a cocoon.
So personally, guys, I am not constricted by time because I'm in the middle of a freaking move and I'm out of work.
I'm not.
However, for your guys' time set, it's 9:15 in the UK. And what I'd like to do is shift across to the toga party itself. I think you may have talked to Glenn Mack, and I'd like to know what came out of that in a really succinct.
Andy is going to say to Glenn Mack, yeah, we're still working on this. We're not quite sure what's going on, but I'll let you know soon. Yeah.
Are you anticipating danger? Is something wrong?
Difficult to say. All I can say is, other than Evelyn, I wouldn't trust any member of the astronomy club who was there that night.
Very good. The Max kid came by earlier and wanted to know if we had any drones from the club. Max. What is his name?
Did we not return the drone?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
But there
went
was
back to
astronomy
Denver.
drones. Yeah, he's asking after the astronomy drones, not the Denver drone.
Okay.
Rob, player.
I was just saying that would have gone back to Denver because that's who we borrowed it from.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
He's not asking about that drone.
Yep.
No,
He's asking about
very good.
astronomy drone equipment
Yeah.
that was there.
that's
But we
fine.
didn't get any of that, so where that went, God alone knows.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's the little piece you have.
Okay.
Which
Tell him
means
to check with
that
the police department.
Yeah, so I'm gonna text Alvarez, Detective Alvarez,
okay.
and let him know that the professor and the other members of the astronomy club have turned up again, and it might be you might want to interview them to find out what happened to Evelyn.
Oh, that's a great idea. Is the text back? I'm on it.
Okay, I think that's it as far as Glenn Mack
Okay.
and that encounter.
And I think that gives a good move forward as you guys have sort of corralled thoughts and everything else. Instead, as Fish, I think you're probably arriving early to the toga party.
We would be
As you
finishing
got-
off the setups.
Yeah, absolutely. But Richie's there. I think I want to. Okay. Yes, Rob.
Grace has told you all about the inside. I haven't told you what I've done.
Please.
Okay.
Within 5
So,
minutes or less.
As we all turn up, we park because we are all in togas. Okay, we get greeted by the new pledges with chariots, and they are on segways pulling said chariots.
So I'm stopping you. I'm stopping you there because each semester has actually not semester. Each year has new pledges.
Yes,
So you don't
the
have any
pledges
pledges.
the new pledges, as in me and the
Oh,
people
you.
that
Okay,
joined
okay.
with me.
The new
pledges.
brothers.
But
Absolutely.
because
New
I
brothers.
actually,
New brothers.
because of the fact that I actually orchestrated all of this and the beer and what have you, I'm exempt from running the Segway.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Fair enough.
so yes, anyone who is not in togas, okay, even if they have a pass to go through, they're on Shanks's pony.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
and they're under strict orders. So we all get, because we're all in togas, we all get chariots, and we go down the gravel drive.
I assume you're all in togas.
Yes, I'm in toga.
Okay.
Nothing
we've
underneath
determined
apart
that-
from an elephant jockstrap.
Brilliant.
And Grace has got a wig on as well. It's just kind of like, it looks like something out of, it actually looks like something out of, what's it, Simpsons. It's quite a tall, sort of curly, goes up quite
Nice.
high. And it's got this gold wreath laid into it, sort of around
Oh,
the top of the head.
absolutely.
So, you know, she looks totally the part. She's got gold details on her dress, a little sort of
brilliant.
Greek key sort of shape pattern on the toga. And she's got this gold sort of cape that goes with it that wraps around to keep her. She can wrap around herself and keep warm if she needs to. But her toga is actually quite long. It's more like a long dress sort of thing. I did try and upload an image of that, but there you go. There you go.
And
I love
my
it.
toga is normal, just no, nothing too loose. But I am carrying a spear.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah. So
the
as I'm
spear-
on that chariot, the spear is upright.
Grace is one odd Grace about Grace's toga. She's got a baseball bat still, but you know.
Of course.
Seems to go
That's in
with
your
them everywhere,
hairdo,
that
though,
does.
isn't it? Nobody notices it because you got a Marge Simpson going on.
Sorry.
Once again, I have let us drift forward in time to a point this largely untenable in the game unless we were all being friendly about this. But
and also,
Martin,
when we actually go in, external bits again. So when guests actually go in, there's a small little trumpeter, okay, and the people are announced by whatever name they wish to have.
I am perfectly happy with that, Bish. I think different couples are announcing themselves as lords and ladies or whatever else. However, inside this square-shaped building where we have a U-shaped room that the base of the U is towards the river, the lake, and the rest of it wraps around that house. And then the other side of the U is the kitchen. And there's some stairs going up, like I said, to some other bedrooms and things like that. And then out is a causeway slash a place to get out to the river, because I can't think of words. I think that probably the stage has been placed at the far wall from the lake, and it's like 2 or 3 risers, and you and the roomies, including Sarah, are setting up and doing your thing. Fair enough? Okay. Lots of people are showing up. This is a popular party. And the flashes of skin from those dancing with their togas implies that, unlike your British friends, a lot of people are not wearing anything underneath their togas. Fair enough. Okay.
What's the weather like?
It is overcast. However, the rough temperature is probably 73 Fahrenheit. You can look that up. There's a lapping of the water against the pier outside, the dock, excuse me. There is a little boathouse that's attached to it that has a couple of small motorboats inside. But those are all locked up nicely. You can see that there's some grass around the building itself. And then off in that field where the cars are parking. And then outside of that is forest on this edge of Lake Greystone. Okay. Christine.
Yes.
I would like you to give me a notice roll.
Just because you know I'm so good at noticing things.
Yep.
She's so talented at this.
Look at that. Hey, you see Max walk in.
Max from the Astronomy Club.
Yep. He walks in a toga.
Is he Fish? Fish. Is that guy over there? Is he part of the fraternity?
I need to know something before I move forward. Where is the tubular device? And I may have to go back in time, which really sucks because we're out of time, for a research roll of some sort on this tubular device.
It has been hidden. It's not in the room, not in our rooms.
Fair enough.
And he has hidden it away in a place that only he knows.
So,
inside a lead box.
His prison pocket. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Would you like to make a science or research or some form of roll to figure out if you could possibly use this device. And I offer this to both you and to Fish, probably working together over the last couple of days.
How about a research roll?
Fair enough.
Do you want research, or can I use mechanical engineering?
You can use mechanical engineering.
I've got a D8 on research, so maybe. What's your mechanical engineering?
D10. Charles.
Okay, good. So I can assist you with research, yeah?
Okay, let's see it. Okay.
Nice.
So that puts it up to a 9. And so what you figure out between the two of you, for some weird reason, when Andy is messing with it, it can push out a chunk of energy. And you've discovered this in various dangerous and badly thought out situations. However, when he wraps his fingers around and puts the 3 on the deal, it seems he can push something out. However, when Fish does the exact same thing, nothing happens.
Well, it's obviously... I know exactly what's going on here. It's exactly like the Elder Wand. I defeated the owner of the wand, therefore it only recognizes me.
I love it. I love it so much.
You could be right. I mean, plenty of technology is like that. You think like some cars nowadays. It senses your fingerprints under the handle. It won't open for anybody else if it's fingerprint locked or something daft like that.
With that understanding of the ability to make this thing launch energy, where is it? Is it with you? Or is it somewhere else?
No, you just said it's safely locked in a lead box.
This is Andy. This is Andy. Stop, all of you guys, giving him input when this is his really cool decision to make, because it gives him some interesting abilities. You want to tuck that thing into your toga?
Hey. Think Highlander. Think Highlander.
So to speak.
Where does he keep his sword?
Ever.
You know where he keeps his sword.
She's talking about your prison pocket again. That's gross. Oh, is this like Evelyn asking for the phone number? What are you talking about? What's going on?
Nah, he's going to have it with him.
You know, that truly makes a ridiculous amount of sense to me as a GM understanding your character.
Yeah.
You have the possible chance of wrapping your fingers around that thing and launching a flaming vat of anger at something.
Exactly.
Very good.
He's absolutely going to have that.
Oh, absolutely, he's going to have that. And I'm so happy that you came to this decision, because if you, it's bigger than a bread box. It's smaller than a bread box. I would say if you were in a Toys R Us in the States, which by the way I think has gone out of business, and you were to buy a plastic lightsaber, which has got the handle with a little plastic, I think it's about half that size.
Okay. But it's the same diameter?
Same diameter, same, yeah, and honestly, it's got some stuff on it that makes you think of that. And you think that as you wrap your fingers around that and put them in the the position you've got to put for 3. That, in fact, the time that you were successful, you had like the 2 and the You're able to make something happen. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. With that said, let us move. Good grief, it's 9:30. I apologize to all of you up front for putting you behind the power curve a little bit. And please tell me as soon as possible that you are dead in the water on time. Otherwise, we're going to progress. We're looking at probably a 10:30 ending.
Yeah, I need to go at 10. I've got 4 days in the office this week.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Then we will aim for your ending at 10. Let's move forward. The party is ongoing. The togas are flowing. The dancing is going.
Has
Richie
Fish
is
given me an answer
on.
when I asked about Max? Was because Max has walked in and I'd noticed it. I've drawn Fish's attention to the guy and said he was one of the astronomy club guys. Is he part of the fraternity group?
Yeah.
Okay, no. Your hand signal
not.
is no. He's not your part of your fraternity. No.
Okay. I want to go. I'm going to send. I'm going to go into my elephant trunk, pull out my phone. I haven't got a purse, all right. That's why I wore an elephant jockstrap, right? And I'm going to text. Shit, I know his name. It's not Dean, is it? It's Diego. Is it Diego?
Denver.
Denver Dominguez.
Dominguez. Yeah, so I'm going to text Denver and, I'm going to send him a picture message. I'm going to take a picture of Max and I'm going to go, this guy pissed me and Gracie off. We don't want him in here. Get him out.
You get a text back that says, okay, where is he?
Okay, I look round. Can I see him?
But not spot hidden. Notice roll.
Notice. Gracie, can you point out where he is, please? Oh, fuck!
No, that's wonderful, Charles. Okay. That's perfect.
He never lost sight of him. He's watched it every
Right in
move.
front of you.
So
Jesus.
I will tell you that he is standing at the door towards the dock. And next to him, really quick, is Zahir Taylor, who you may have seen before. And the two of them sort of look your way and then head outside. Almost like not quite a, hey, this way, but they definitely look you in the eye as they head that way.
Yeah. Okay. Grace, no, he's not part of my. I'm part of the Brotherhood, and I've asked Denver to remove him because I don't like the way that he was looking at Evelyn.
Fair enough.
I said that he pissed you and I off because of the way that he was looking at. Well, he's pissed me off because of how he was looking at Evelyn. So. You know.
I do understand that there is some time required to figure out people who, where. Got it. Okay.
Strange why they're here.
You're in a break for music, Martin. So you're.
Okay.
So please feel that Richie can join the others and chat.
I'm going to try and get Andy's attention. I don't know where Andy is because I was so busy trying to keep tabs on Max.
So, I mean, Andy's probably in the kitchen, knowing Andy.
I think Richie will probably be with Andy because he's kind of like not avoiding the roomies, but he's trying to avoid any awkward conversations. So he's a little bit. He's off. He's probably going to join Andy.
Gotcha.
Okay, Cheetos. Should we go to the kitchen, Grace? Let's try and find Andy.
Did you get any Cheetos? I mean, I know Andy's love for them, but did you actually get them?
Yes,
you did. You stopped the kitchen. That's where he'll be then.
Spray can cheese. I don't understand it.
Yeah, he'll be here. Yeah. He'll be in the kitchen then. That's where he'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, Evelyn's not here, so he's not on the dance floor, which means he's going to be in the kitchen.
Just keep an eye out for anyone from that club.
Okay. So as you enter, you can see that there's the sort of kitchen area, and there's some canapé type stuff that they've produced. They have not hired anyone special to do this, so it's like members who are like stuff that's coming out of the oven, baked prawns and baked this and things that they can just throw in an oven and put on a plate and take out. And
there's pizzas. There's loads of pizzas as well. We've done pizzas.
Frozen pizzas.
Pizzas by the bucket load pizzas, because of course that's Italian-y.
Absolutely. Well, and I don't think they've done. Here we go with the time, but I don't think they've done frozen pizzas. I think they asked the Pizza Barn to produce, and there are tons of pizzas that they're putting out on tables for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just had an idea, guys.
Steve says to you,
Steve?
Hey,
Steve?
Well, your brother's Fish. Steve says, hey, man.
Dude?
Steve? Who's Steve?
Mike was here a minute ago, and
oh, no.
I have no idea what he's up to. He just took off. He was like mumbling to himself and shit. Like, that one time?
Okay.
He went out that way, towards the docks.
Excellent. I could really do with his help. 2 seconds. Let me get a slice of pie. I get 2 slices of pie on 2 paper plates, load them up with spray cheese and what have you, and put some of the spiciest chilies that I think are there, and I douse the whole fucking both the pies with them, and I go out, and do I see where Mike is?
Okay, who's all with you as you go out? All of you? I think so. Because I didn't hear. Yeah, so as you guys go out, and you guys do remember this whole Mike incident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
And whether or not something weird has happened, you can see Fish at the end of the pier is Mike. He's out by the lake.
Right.
He is holding something in his hand that is dangling below.
Yeah. He's got to have walked past Max and the woman that he was with.
Nope, Max.
You said they were down near the thing.
Yeah, they're at the door. You went through the kitchen and out.
Okay, I want to purposely go past Max.
Okay.
Okay, and
Max
I'm going to preempt. I'm going to preempt the Denver talking to him, but I hand both Max and the woman that he was with the 2 pieces of pie laden with spice.
Deep breath. So square house, kitchen is on the north side. You go through the kitchen. There's an outside door to get to the lake.
Yeah.
The U shape where Denver and other people are is down below. And you see that there is, you pass, there's a door there towards the lake that you saw Max at earlier, but you have not seen him recently. The house itself is timber, 100%. And it's got long beams going up, sort of an A-frame shaped structure above, to provide a vast overhead area for the open piece of this building.
Okay.
And the and then the rest of it that is the kitchen and everything else is just flat across that. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, like I said, I mean, if I know where he was, I'm going to go out that way, and I'm going to present 2 slices of pizza,
okay,
to Max and the woman that he's with.
So,
and I'm going to say,
Max and the woman are not there.
Okay, in that case, I'll just carry him down to Mike.
Okay, so you guys are moving down the open area outside of this building.
Yeah.
Towards the pier, the dock, where you see Mike at the end waving something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pass the pie to Andy and Richie and go, that's for Max and the other woman and the woman that he was with. I would like to see if they could actually eat it. You know,
if not, I'll
teach them for fucking around with Evelyn. Okay. And then as I get close to Max, I'm going to try and stealth up behind him.
Okay. Absolutely. Feel free to make a stealth roll, and I am trying to get there.
Sorry, to Mike.
There.
Because yeah.
I got a 5.
Okay.
The D4 rolled over.
You are moving across, and you've got your friends behind you. Is anyone else trying to be stealthy moving across? You let him go ahead.
I'll stand back and let's see what happens.
Fair enough.
Andy's going to stand back as well. He's holding the pizza.
Grace? You gonna let him go ahead by himself?
No, I think I would try and go with him, but I'm not very stealthy. I'm not very stealthy. Hey ho.
Hey ho.
Well, I wouldn't be particularly happy with him going out on his own.
Oh, look at that. Grace is just knocking it out, slipping across in the dark behind him. As you guys get to the end of the pier, the dock, Mike, did I say Mike?
Mike, yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
He's got the head. You don't know how he got it. He's got the head. And he's waving it, and he says, Kumbala, whatever it is. And you start seeing ripples in the water. A couple of seconds later, before you can do anything else, heads pop up above the water of young ladies in various different garbs from different times with white eyes and very sallow skin. They're dripping wet, and they are proceeding towards the dock where you are.
Grace. Grace.
Yes. Yes.
You knocked Mike out. I need to destroy that head.
I can try.
Can you put him like a headlock or something? And I'll reach for the head on the string.
Okay, so you're headed that direction. And I want to give you one.
The last time he snapped out of whatever it was when you hit him.
He did snap out of it when I punched him.
Yeah, I haven't got my stun gun. I've literally got an elephant's trunk, 2 ears and 2 tusks under this robe. Oh shit, I've got staff. No, I haven't, because I carry 2 pieces of fucking pizza out, so I would have left the staff in the kitchen. I really do shit myself up, don't I?
No, you'd have had 2 pieces of pizza on a plate, on one plate which you'd had in one hand, and you'd have your staff in the other hand. You wouldn't have dropped your staff. You paid good money for the staff. You've got to get your deposit back. You wouldn't have put staff down.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that is true.
Finally.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that.
So finally,
yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
I get to save changes and show players.
What we've shown is. Where is it being shown? No. I see a spaceship. See a lovely spaceship. Do you want me to see anything else?
Absolutely, I do. Why? Okay, so I'm going to go with Andy, Charles, Christine, Richie, save changes, show players.
Oh.
Anything?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, who the hell
So-
is she?
At the end of the dock, as you're getting ready to make that little maneuver,
I can't see it.
you see a torso break the surface of the water.
Just a torso. No head.
Further, there are 5 others. Their clothing could be from various different time periods. 60s, 50s, 40s. You're not sure. These young ladies with the completely white colored eyes are ascending from the depths around the edge of this dock where you now stand. Okay, you are reaching out for the head.
I
No,
am reaching
on
for
a
the
punch.
head.
I'm trying to punch Mike again. Try and snap him out of this like I managed to do last time.
Okay, very good. So I'm not going to call for combat yet, but what I'll say is go ahead and make your attack roll and go ahead and make your athletics roll.
What? Who, me?
So attack for you, which is a combat roll or fighting roll.
Yep.
Made it.
And you made Grace brilliant. You punched the crap out of the back of him, and
Huh?
the
I
head.
haven't rolled yet. I haven't rolled yet. That was no.
Yeah,
That
that's
was,
not my
That's
athletics.
that was my stealth roll. So sorry, I've
Okay.
not got to that bit yet.
Very good. Thank you very much for your honesty.
Sorry.
Okay,
That-
you
that
punch him in
still
the
did it,
back of
right?
the head. Boom. You punch him, and the head drops into Charles's hands because of his roll. And it gnashes at you. As we come back next week, Rob, take us away.
Roger Wilco. Toodles!
Bye.
If you got all the way to the end, we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching the NVRA whilst we bring you content of different games. If you like what we have done, please like and subscribe.